Namaste everybody, welcome to YogaCandi. My name's Candace and today we have yoga for back pain, and there's no better day for me to film this because I've gone and pulled a muscle in my back. I almost didn't film this week because I thought I'm in too much pain, but you know what, actually yoga's going to help, and especially when you've pulled a muscle in your back, it actually helps to keep moving. You'll probably find when you wake up in the morning that's when your back's stiffest and when it's most painful because you've just been lying stagnant. So hopefully this little stretch today will help you out. Just be really mindful and make sure that if you have got back pain that it's nothing to do with the discs in your back or anything like that, or if you've had back surgery, then I would recommend avoiding doing yoga for a while and speak to the doctor first. But if it's just muscular, maybe you've woken up with aches and pains, maybe pulled a muscle like I have, then this is the perfect class. Okay everybody, it's all levels by the way, and there's no need for any props. So just sit in a comfortable seat of your choice. We're going to start off just engaging the breath. So close your eyes and start to take nice deep inhales and exhales out of your nose. And this is how you're going to keep your breath throughout today's class. Become mindful of your shoulders. Make sure they're down. Given to gravity, let your shoulders be away from your ears. And then just start to move the neck, taking small circles from one shoulder to the other. Just half semicircles. Continue doing so and just keep the breath deep. Now roll your head to the left shoulder, allow it to hang heavy and extend your right arm. You can open your eyes and just take your fingertips down to the floor. Keep your elbow locked so your arm is engaged. And just allow your shoulders to hang heavy, giving a little stretch down the arm and through the neck. Keep the breath deep. And then roll your neck, remove that hand, bring it back to your knee and roll your head to the right, allow it to hang heavy. Extend through the left fingertips, place them on the ground and lock your elbow. Breathe deep, drop your shoulders down. Roll your head to the center and just lift your chin back up into position. So guys, one more thing before we totally begin is please, if anything is too painful, ease out of it. Back pain can happen in any part of the back and there can be things that might strain it even more. So just make sure you're being mindful. So we're going to start off bringing our left hand to the ground. Inhale your right hand up and over your ear. Look towards the sky, tilting your chest up to the sky. Taking a deep stretch here, you can stay up on the palm or you can come down to the forearm. Wherever's more comfortable. And then exhale, start to bring that right hand down to meet the left so that you're taking a slight twist and you're getting a stretch down the side body again. So look down at the floor and then maybe just drop your head down nice and heavy. Try to keep both your sit bones on the ground. If this is not possible, just take your hand to your knee. And then inhale that hand up and over your ear. Take a big circle and another, and then rotate in the opposite direction. Taking another stretch over to the side. And then taking it over to the other side, so right hand down to the ground. Inhale the left to the sky, tilt your chest towards the sky. Getting a nice stretch through the side body. Go as deep as you want to go. You can even rest your head into your palm. And then from here, start to tilt the body, look towards the right hand, and bringing this left hand down to the floor if that's possible. Stretching through the side body, keeping our sit bones on the ground. You can drop your head if that's comfortable, or keep it just looking down towards the floor, shoulders away from your ears. And now inhale that arm back up and over your ear, taking a big circle with that arm. Do 2 circles in one direction and then in the other. Coming back up to center, start to move your spine in circles. So imagine you're like a coffee grinder, moving in big or small circles, whatever feels better for your body. Hold on to your knees as you arch your back backwards and really arch. Take a couple more in this direction. And then rotate in the opposite direction. Take one more circle. And then inhale your chest to the sky, look up, drop your shoulders down. Exhale, arch, hold on to the knees. Really push your shoulder blades apart, tuck the chin and your tailbone. Inhale, lift the chest, look up. Making our way into all fours. Hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. And we're going to take 3 cat-cows. So inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, arch the spine, tuck the tailbone and the chin. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, arch, tuck your chin. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, arch, dropping the chin. Back into a neutral spine. We're going to cross our left leg over the right. Take your toes as far to the right as you can, and then tilt your body and start to look towards your foot, getting a little bit of a side stretch here. Just breathe into this, take nice deep breaths. And then taking that foot out to the side over towards the left. Keep the foot there, walk yourself up, taking the left hand down the leg, inhale the right up and over your ear for another side stretch. Back to center, back to your hands in position. Keep your foot where it is, or you can come into tabletop. We're going to inhale our right hand up to the sky, look up. Exhale. Place that right hand underneath the left, coming down to the shoulder. You can just stay like this, or maybe you can take a grip of the left big toe. That's only if you're very flexible, or you can stay in tabletop and take a little twist here. So you'll be in this position, but your knee will be on the ground rather than your leg extended. So you can choose either of those variations. We're going to take 3 deep breaths. You can take your left hand up to the sky, or maybe find a little grip of the inside edge of your right thigh. Take one more breath here. Release your hand if it's intertwined. Push yourself back up into a tabletop. And just release that leg if it was out to the side. Let's take a cat-cow one more time. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, arch the spine, tuck your tailbone and your chin. Back to a neutral tabletop. Extend your right leg up and over your left leg. Take it as far towards the left as you can and take your gaze towards your toes. So you're finding a little bit of a side twist here, a side stretch down the right side. Breathe deeply. One more deep breath. Taking this right foot back out to the side. So you're taking out to the side on the right side now. Push yourself up onto your knee. And we're going to take our right hand down the leg. Inhale the left arm up and over your ear. Taking another side stretch here on the left side now. And release, coming down onto the hands. Keep your leg where it is or come into tabletop. And we're going to inhale our left arm up to the sky, look up. Exhale, take that arm underneath the right, coming down onto the shoulder for our thread the needle pose. If you're flexible enough, you can take a grip of your right big toe. Maybe inhale your right arm up to the sky. Maybe find a little grip of the inside edge of your left leg. And wherever you are, just breathe deep here. Got a couple more breaths to go. Okay, release your right hand if it was intertwined with your leg and push yourself back up. Let's make our way into tabletop, taking a cat-cow one more time. Drop the belly, inhale, look up. Exhale, arch the spine, tuck the chin. Back to a neutral tabletop. Let's extend through our arms, coming down for puppy pose. So take your arms out long. Draw your forehead down to the ground. Keep your knees in line with your hips. Keeping the elbows off the floor. Hug your belly backwards. Shoulders away from your ears. So very slightly externally rotate your arms. So you're trying to get your armpits to look at each other. Breathe deep here. Let's take 3 deep breaths together. Wonderful. Look forwards and start to draw your hands towards your body. Come on back onto your heels. We're going to make our way into rabbit pose. So take a grip of your heels, arch your back and bring the crown of your head down towards the ground, as close towards your knees as you possibly can go. From here, you don't want to put any weight onto the head. It's just very lightly touching the ground. Lift up through your bum, arching the spine and gripping onto your heels, just helping to pull your shoulder blades apart, arching the back. Breathe here. Take 3 deep breaths. Head is very lightly touching the ground. And release, come on back onto your heels. Inhale your hands to the sky, look up as they touch. Coming on forward, make your way to downward facing dog. Hands shoulder distance, feet hip distance. very slightly internally rotate your big toes and externally rotate your heels so that your legs are very slightly internally rotating towards each other. Try to externally rotate your shoulders, so you're trying to get your armpits to look at each other. I know that's physically impossible, but that's what you're aiming for, just a good way to describe how the pose should feel. Allow your head to hang heavy. We're just going to breathe here in our down dog. You can bend your knees as much as you want. You can even walk through the legs, bending and straightening them, warming up through the hamstrings, getting them ready to be as straight as you can get them. And don't worry if your heels don't touch the ground. This may happen with time. Hug your belly back towards your spine, close your eyes and just take 3 deep breaths here. Okay, lift up through the right leg and just step it between your palms as best you can get it. So you're in like a runner's lunge now, and start to just find a little bounce in the hips. And then very slowly bring that back knee down to the ground. So we're in a low lunge. If you're quite inflexible, the closest your front heel is to the back knee, the easier the pose will be. You can also come up onto your knee, wherever's more comfortable for your body today. Or you can frame the front foot, bringing your hands down to the ground. Wherever you are, just make sure that you're giving in to gravity. Allow your hips to hang heavy. This stretch is great for the psoas muscle, which also releases the lower spine. And then exhale, send your tailbone back behind you. We're going into a half split pose. So you can come up onto your fingertips, or you can just take your hands to your hips, find some balance. But just lean as forward as you can. You can always bend the front knee as much as you like. And then come on forward back into your low lunge. And step back into your downward facing dog, sending your tailbone to the sky. You might want to walk your dog. We're just going to take one nice deep breath here. Now let's step the left hand between our palms as best you can into our runner's lunge. Just bounce the hips. And then very slowly we're taking the back knee down to the ground, in for our low lunge. Remember to do what works for your body, so you can always come up to the knee with your hands. You can draw the back knee closer towards your heel. That'll be less of a stretch if you're a little bit more inflexible in this part of the body. So wherever you are, guys, just find some nice deep breaths here. Give in to gravity, hips hang low. Keep your hips square, both your hip bones are facing forwards. One more deep breath here. Send your tailbone back, keep your hips in line with each other. Point your toes up to the sky and down for our half split pose. If this is too much, just bend the knee as much as you need to. You don't have to have it totally straight. Just make sure you can feel a bit of a stretch. Back of the hamstring here on the left side. Roll forward back into your low lunge. Plant your hands. Step back into downward facing dog. Taking one deep breath here. Roll your knees down to the ground nice and slow. So you're in a tabletop. Just walk your legs back. We're going to come on down to our bellies, placing our forearms underneath our shoulders so our elbows are in line with the shoulders. We're taking a little mini back bend here, so you're just looking forward. This is called Sphinx pose. Spread your fingertips nice and wide. Push up so that you're not sinking into your shoulders. You're really trying to lift your head up to the sky. Draw your shoulders back towards each other behind you. And just breathe here, taking a little back bend. Feet hip distance apart. And release. Bring your head towards the ground. Push yourself back and make your way onto your bum. We're going to do a couple more poses here just to help open up through the hips, releasing the lower spine. So bring your inner soles of your feet together. Some of you may have very inflexible hips and your knees may be quite high up. That's okay, just stay there, holding onto your ankles or anywhere where you can grip, or place your hands behind you. If you're a little more open, then allow your knees to fall open and just start to find some movement. This is only if you're a bit more flexible, you can find some movement. Roll from side to side. And now butterfly pose. You may feel that stretch just above the hip bone, so in the very lower part of the spine. As you roll from side to side, you should feel that. Now if you're quite flexible, come over towards the right side. Place your elbow on the knee and push your right knee down towards the ground. Sorry, your left knee down towards the ground with your left hand. Look towards the left. And then release, roll yourself to the left, taking your left elbow to the left knee, right hand to the right knee, and push that right knee down towards the ground. Look over towards the right. And release, back to the center, draw your knees back towards each other. Let's roll ourselves down onto our spines. So just make your way down to your spine. Plant your feet hip distance apart, and we're going to take a bridge pose. So inhale, lift the hips to the sky, interlace fingertips behind your back, and lift your hips as high as you can. Squeeze your glutes, keep your knees hip distance apart, don't allow them to fall open. Taking just a nice big deep breath here. Then release your hands and very slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, allow your spine to come down towards the ground. Hug your knees up towards your armpits. You can just stay here holding onto your knees, or we can take happy baby together. So the choice is yours. Happy baby, open the knees wider, take a grip of the outside edge of your feet. The soles of the feet facing towards the sky. Keep your tailbone down to the ground. Knees are open wide. Your elbows are on the inside edge of your knees here. And you can maybe find a rocking movement, just rocking from side to side, or you can stay still and just breathe deep into your happy baby pose. And release your happy baby. Draw your knees towards your chest this time. So you're going to hug your knees towards your chest. And then release your legs, extend them out long. We're going to take a banana shape with the body. So send your bum towards the right and your feet towards the left. Cross your right leg on top of your left leg and then start to wiggle the top half of your body, your shoulders towards the left. So you really are becoming like a C shape or a banana. And then extend your right arm up and over your head. Take a grip of that arm with your left hand. So you're making a big C on the ground here. That right leg, intertwine it with your left foot just so it stays in place. And then try to draw your right hip bone ever so slightly towards, a little closer towards the ground, and you'll feel the beautiful stretch through the side body, through the hip and down the leg. Just breathe deeply here. We're going to be here just for a few lovely deep breaths, taking our time, feeling the stretch. Take one more deep breath here. And start to wiggle the top half of your body back in line with your bum. Release the top leg off the bottom. Make your way back into a nice straight line, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So send your bum towards the left side this time. And then your feet over towards the right, cross your left foot on top of the right leg. Take them as far to the right as you can possibly get them. And then start to wiggle the top half of your body, your shoulders, towards the right. Taking your left hand up and over your head, take a grip of the palm or somewhere on the arm with your right hand. Get as comfortable as you can, and then make a conscious effort to very slightly, it's only probably a few centimeters, try to draw that left hip down towards the ground. And breathe deep here. Take one more deep breath here. Let go of the left arm and just start to wiggle your top half back in line with your hips. And now just slowly release that top leg, the left leg off of the right. You can guide it with your hand and send your hips in line with your head. A couple more poses, everybody. So we're going to wrap this right leg on top of the left. You can wrap it once or you can wrap it twice into eagle legs. Send your hips towards the right this time. Just your hips, and then allow your knees to fall to the left. Open your arms out into a T and look towards your right fingertips. So we're in a nice twist now. Consciously draw your right shoulder down towards the ground. And breathe 3 deep breaths here together. Take one more deep breath. Draw your knees back up to the sky. Bring your bum back to center and release that top leg. Now wrap your legs the opposite way now. So we're taking the left on top of the right, wrap it once or twice. And send your bum, your hips over towards the left side and your knees drop to the right. Arms out in a T, look towards the left fingertips. Draw your left shoulder down to the ground as best you can. Close your eyes and we're going to take our deep breaths together here. Let's take one more deep breath here. And inhale, let's draw the knees back to the center. Release the wrap of the legs. Bring the soles of the feet towards each other and allow your knees to fall open. If this is uncomfortable, so this is like a reclined butterfly. If this is uncomfortable, just extend your legs into a Shavasana pose. So you can either take Shavasana here or you can join me in a reclined butterfly. Bringing your hands to your belly. Just keeping the eyes closed. Let's breathe naturally together. Just taking 1 minute of complete silence before we end our class together. Take this time to be mindful. Allow your thoughts to pass. Be in the present moment. Okay, you're welcome to stay here as long as you like, just meditating on this moment. Or you can gently draw your knees towards each other, eyes still closed. And then make your way very slowly onto your side body, eyes still closed here. Taking a moment before you push yourself up. And then slowly and mindfully push yourself up into a comfortable seat. Eyes are still closed here. Sit up tall through the spine. Roll your shoulders back and down. Place the tops of your palms onto your knees and find some neck rolls from side to side. Take a couple more here. And then roll your head back to center. And draw your hands to your heart center. Bow your head. You can open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody. I hope this has helped your spine. I think it's loosened me up quite a lot, so thank God for that. Let me know in the comments below how it made you feel, and I really do hope it helped, and continue coming back to this anytime you wake up feeling a little achy or whatever it may be. Until next time, everybody, remember you can find me on Instagram and on Facebook, and I'd love you to join me on there. You can even find me on YogaCandi.com. On there I've got a little gift for you guys if you subscribe, so please do subscribe. You can get my free ebook. So until next time, sending lots of love and light. Namaste.